Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the cafe. I hope you are all doing well this evening. I am, as always, your immaculate hostess barista. It is Thursday, which means we're back in court. Or I guess not in court. Well, we're definitely not in court now, I guess. Hi, Nova. Yeah, so today we're not going to be in court. Today it's more investigating. The last time we found out that not only was the SL9 incident not only did it involve a bunch of the major players that we already know, you know, the victim, Angel Star, Jake Marshall, but Lana and Emma were also involved. And Jake Marshall's brother was one of the people who was killed. Which is why he really wanted to make sure, he really wanted to look back into that case, because he knew something wasn't right. Or so he said. So now I guess we're gonna go and take another crack at things ourselves. Who knows? Let's go find out. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Oh, what'd she say? She's always saying shit. Oh, right, this. The reason why court got adjourned early was because she basically admitted that they used forged evidence at the end of the SL9 case. Or at least she claimed they did. And that was the only reason that the guy got convicted, so everybody's all like, did they send an innocent man to death? Ah! Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Well, to be fair, everybody kept talking around it and using its police classification number rather than ever actually describing it how people would know it. I mean, especially you. This was 2 years ago, so this happened when you were like 14. So, like, especially if it was something traumatic, I don't expect you to remember it. Maybe you had some, like, PTSD coping, and you just pushed it down and forgot. I don't know. I'm just a barista. I'm not a PTSD psychologist. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. To be fair, Phoenix, what were you doing 2 years ago? Were you studying for the bar? I don't know. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. The fuck does that mean? What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. Okay, yeah, that would be pretty fucking traumatic. Damn. What? He tried to kill you? Oh shit, what was that? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. Didn't see that one coming. Okay, before we do anything else. Charlie, how you doing, buddy? Last time we talked to you, Emma did some... Like, she tried to give you some plant supplements, but you were literally turning yellow. How are you doing? It would help if I actually click where I want to. Mia's plant, Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. Huh? He looks a little yellow today. Oh, I watered him just now. I mixed in a lot, too. No, this is what happened last time! Charlie, no! Mixed in what? Why, my very own scientific additive. Well, Charlie, you like it? I told you, he's turning yellow! Poor Charlie. Alright, well, I guess tell us more about SL9. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. Well, yeah, that's why the SL9 case and everything got closed. Because it was set for evidence transferal. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dart. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then... What happened? Oh, I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. Permanent picture? Okay, well, what happened after? I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So, you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. Rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. Oh, Emma, no it's not. Literally none of anything that has happened in the past, 2 years and then some, none of that has ever had anything to do with you. You didn't cause anybody to forge evidence or do anything like that. Sure, somebody may say they did it for your sake, but you didn't do it. That was their decision. That had nothing to do with you. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. Well, I mean, he didn't falsify it. He just used it. He had no reason to suspect it was false. Hello, hello. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Is it bass like the instrument or bass like the fish? Or would you rather I just call you Squidward? Either way, welcome in. I hope you're doing well tonight. We're about to continue some investigating in Ace Attorney. Instrument. Okay. That was what the first one my mind went to, but I wanted to make sure. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. Must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. I love this franchise, so I had to show up. Well, welcome. We're very glad to have you. As you can see, we're right in the middle of Case 5, Rise from the Ashes. about to start day 3 investigation. We're probably going to be going around and clearing up more stuff about SL9 at this point, rather than anything to do with the actual crime we're dealing with, if I had to guess. Because this is like a thing that happens where like all the stuff from the past comes back up, and once we find all the answers for that, it leads to the answers for whatever we're dealing with today. Oh no, not Rise from the Ashes. Oh yes, Rise from the Ashes. What, you don't like it? Probably loop back around, it always does. Yeah. Tell me about this permanent picture. What did you see in the instant the crime occurred? Okay, why does this guy look like an onion? Bro, deadass just looks like a fucking onion head. Like, he looks a little intimidating from the front, but like this, with his fucking onion head, I am not intimidated. If anything, I'd be more scared of standing behind him and having him slip and having his onion head stab me. Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. Oh. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. Thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it. For what it's worth, based on your reaction, I'm assuming you don't like Rise from the Ashes. I'm assuming we're probably gonna be finished with it. Let's see. We're investigating today. That means there's probably trial. And if it's anything like the past few things... Oh no, I do. It's just so long. Yeah, no, that's very fair. That is very fair. That's part of why I tend to sort of go along with when the end of segment prompts happen. So, like, today we'll just do investigation. Next time we'll probably just do the first part of the trial. And then... I don't know. We're gonna play it by ear. At least we're gonna play the trial part by ear. We're gonna do the investigation all today, I think. We'll see from here. 2 years ago? You must have been 14. That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies, and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. Something puzzling. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor? Oh, there's no mystery there. Yeah, you look at him from this view and he looks okay, but then you see the other view and he's an onion. Like, does the onion poke out the back? Is it, like, just out of frame? You You know who it's making me think of? It's making me think of that one guy from the freaking Danganronpa 3 anime. The old guy. That's what it's making me think of. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. Why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective's offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Wait, you're telling me Lana was a detective at the time? She's a prosecutor now. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. I think you're a little biased, but okay. What? That's news to me. Well, clearly, Phoenix, you don't pay any attention to anything in the entire law enforcement world if it doesn't have anything to do with Edgeworth. After the Joe Dart case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Oh yeah, I bet that went over real well. Especially with misogynist assholes like Winston Payne. Lana used to be a detective? I'd better have another talk with her. Well, I guess we better go do that. February 24th, Detention Center Visitors Room. I love Winston Payne. He is certainly something. Or Von Karma. Yeah. Oh, I can... Well, you see, as far as Von Karma goes, I don't think he ever really cared about much of anything other than his own, like, supposed perfect win record. So I don't know if he ever... Okay, so my theory, my thought process regarding him, like, by the time we actually met him, he was, like, in his 60s, kind of like Gant is. So I wonder how much he was actually actively prosecuting. So, like, was he just showing up, like, once a year just to say that, you know, oh, hey, I am still here. I am the feared prosecutor, Manfred von Karma. I think as long as Lana being chief prosecutor didn't fuck up his perfect win record, he might not have gave a shit. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Also, hello, Monstro. I hope you're doing well tonight. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking he's kind of like how The Undertaker used to be in, like, WWE, where he wasn't wrestling for most of the year, but leading up to WrestleMania, somebody would start some kind of beef with him, then he'd show up and usually win to keep the streak alive or whatever the fuck. Because he had, like, a perfect win record at WrestleMania for, I don't even remember how long. Anyway, I'm imagining Von Karma's thing was like that. He'd show up once in a while, knock the shit out of some defense attorney with a case. I die whenever I hear Von Karma's objection. Right? Like, how the hell does he sound like that? Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that anymore. We already did. I die when Manfred von Karma. Yes. Fuck, it was like, I don't think it was the last time, but I think it was the time before, like, his sprite just showed up, the front-facing one, when he, like, confronts you in the, like, evidence room or whatever. It actually scared the shit out of me. Like, Von Karma jump scare. Oh, you watched the end of the streak, you watched the end of that, and tons of F-bombs were dropped? I remember that being a thing. Also, just a heads up, folks, we are heading into a 90-second ad segment momentarily. 21 to 1. I was pretty sure he had hit 20, but I honestly couldn't remember. That was around, I think, around the time I just stopped watching. Now his daughter, on the other hand, Nova, please. Understandable. Lana. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Well, yeah. Like, I want you to say things, I want you to tell me what's going on, but then you say shit like that. What about his adopted son? Oh yeah, Nova's head over heels for him too. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? Because you're like the ones in authority, and if you play foul, then even innocent people can get hurt by your power tripping? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details? Especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Oh, are you finally gonna cooperate with me? How you doing, guard? This guard monitors the visitor's room. He seems frozen in place, cowering under this room's oppressive atmosphere. Alright, Lana. What's up? Today's trial. Also, Lana's hot. Yeah. She is easy on the eyes. Been a hot second since I played this case. To be fair, I think a hot second is as long as you need between playthroughs of this case. Because by the time you're done with it, a hot second passes, and then you can start again. Why are there so many hot people? Oh, trust me, not everybody's hot. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one from 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. Oh yeah, no, I know, but like, there's still a decent amount of hot people. Red White, owner of Blue Core, is not hot. He's really not. He's... Okay, like, I feel like if he wasn't so much of a pompous shithead, and also, you know, a murderer, he might have some redeeming factor, but also that and just his color palette just being everything about him being just too in your face. Like, I could see him being somebody's hear me out, not mine. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. That trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Heck, honestly, if you change his color palette and maybe hairstyle, a lot more people will find him hot, despite him being a pompous asshole and a murderer. Now, you know what? There's probably somebody on Tumblr who, like, simps over him hardcore. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Listen, I know somebody on Twitter who simps over Bruce Goodman. He's definitely not red white, and he's at least kind of cute, but, like, good for them. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so fazed before. Tell us about Detective Lana Skye. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing! Oh, look at this! They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Red White would have been Watergated if he were real. See, that is also part of the joke. The whole thing happened at the Gatewater Hotel. At least I assume that's part of the joke. Or maybe just the fact that, you know, it was a hotel. Anyway. Sir, are you just bad at taking pictures with your eyes open? I mean, I know you just, like, stare at us a lot, but, like, come on, dude. Chief Gant? He was the... Wow, how about I give her the right voice? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. Orange Ganondorf? I mean, if that's what you want to be... listen, Lana. If Gant is your transition goals, I support you. I don't think you'll gain the height, but I believe in you. May have Tumblr, and I may have used it to look up cute fan art, and I may or may not have ran into Manfred von Karma in a maid dress. Yeah, I do not doubt that you did. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. Oh, there it is. Tell me about it. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. The SL9 case. Yes. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes. Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigation. We even had the same office? We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. Also, Neil was there, I guess. You know, before he died. Hi, Poncho Cowboy. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Hello, Onion Head. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. I asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down and fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So, you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. Oh. Okay, I already have questions. Based on what we've seen. Like, based on that flash of fucking Onion Head raising his knife, it looks like he would have stabbed Neil in the front. Why is Neil stabbed in the back? Also, how did their positions change? Why is Onion Head on the bottom now? Something's not adding up here. The math is not mathing. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. Only thing I can think of is with that last bit of his strength, he may have, like, turned the tables, and so Onion had to stab him in the back. I don't... Maybe. I guess we'll find out. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her, after all. Her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence, I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. Okay, then why is it coming back to bite us all in the dick now? Oh, the memories of this case are flooding back. Well, I mean, it is a fairly long case, so, that's a big-ass flood. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Yeah, hi, Poncho Cowboy, how you doing? Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office. Site of the final SL9 murder. Okay. It would help if I was hitting the right button. Alright. Well, to get there, we probably have to go to Criminal Affairs first. February 24th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. You get this thing out of here! Burn it! I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. Chief of Detectives seems the same, though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Like who? Right. We can come back here later. Not the Blue Badger. Yes, the Blue Badger. Well, actually, this isn't the Blue Badger as we know him. But we're not gonna find that out. Like the instrument, Monstro. I asked the same exact question. Well, let's go to the police department. Maybe we'll find somebody there. Other than the actual Blue Badger. And Columbo. February 24th, police department entrance. Hey. Hey, howdy. How you doing? Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. Never thought things turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Hey, sirrah, sirrah. Never know a life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Yeah, the big-ass cactus. Play on the instrument I play. I play bass clarinet. Okay, that's actually... You know, I had a feeling that that was what it was. I just never elaborated on the thought verbally. I like that. I used to play saxophone myself. Wind instrument buddies forever. Well, maybe not forever, but we stick together. Breed instruments. Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Okay, before we talk to him, and presumably never see him again after this. Hi, Badger. What you doing? The blue badger is still writhing around today. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Listen, for being a bunch of, like, plywood that's, like, presumably held together with, like, screws and probably some glue, I think he's doing okay. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing about like crazy since the other day. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel he's gonna do something naughty. Girl, you said that before and I still want to know what that means. Alright, what's Columbo up to today? Look, that patrolman is saluting that other guy. He must be a detective. So I cuffed the lout, right? Then you know what he says? What are you, a moron? I'm an undercover agent. Oh man, I hate it when that happens. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was just listening to how his friend messed up. They make a good pair. I also want to take out his batteries, but for different reasons. Why? Do you not like the music? Alright. Hi, Jake. Listen, before you go, I have to show you something of the utmost importance. It simply cannot wait. Look at my badge. Mr. Marshall, could you please have a look at this? Sorry, Bambina. I'm not a patrolman anymore, and I'm certainly not a detective. I'm nothing more than a wanted man now. Wanted indeed. These old eyes of mine have seen too much as it is. You're not even that old! You're 33! Well, I guess he really didn't want to see my badge. Alright. Tell us about yeah. Something's fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean, fishy? I keep forgetting there's shit I missed because I passed out. Yeah. Listen, I don't know. If we're talking about pure silliness, you absolutely missed me motorboating the fuck out of him. If we're talking about seriousness, yeah, there's some bits of plot, which we'll probably pick up as we go around today. Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Doc's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? Later, the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. Also, you spat on the bellboy. Yeah, because he fucking sucks. I hate his smarmy ass. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Unfortunately, the EPs are calling. Well, go get some rest then. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. We hate the bellboy. All the homies hate the bellboy. I forgot it was late at night. Well, it's late where we're at. We meaning me here at the cafe and everything. It's just about to be midnight where I'm at. On the United States East Coast. Alright, tell me about your brother, Jake. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. Ah, same time zone. Same time zone. Listen, Jake. You are pretty handsome, but Neil's nothing to scoff at either. Like, you two would probably look very much alike if you either cut your hair, please don't, or if Neil let his grow out before he died. You got that lankier kind of thing going from what I can tell. Don't worry, I will take care of myself. Good, that's very important. You're very important. Please take care of yourself. I just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. You know, I'm pretty sure I know what it's gonna say, but let me... We know what his face looks like. Why is he all blacked out like that? I don't like it. Ooh, good. Yeah, of course. When they're dead, they don't tell you, like, how old they were when they died. But I'm guessing... Neil is probably older. Like, if he was already a prosecutor by the time Jake made detective, then he's probably older. Get this stretch. Oh, cracked my back. Get a good sip. Anyway, it was our first case together. And our last. How old was he, your brother? Oh, well. He was 27 at the time. Oh, so you're older. Okay, so maybe Neil... Or rather, maybe Jake was just like a patrolman guy and was working his way up to being a detective. Because if this all went down 2 years ago, Neil would be 29 and Jake's 33, so there's 4 years between them. Neil's super smart, apparently. Or to Jake, anyway. He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors. I knew it. Alright, Palpatine, calm down. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right. That was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling all that morning. By nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. Alright, tell me about these scars. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Oh shit. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second-in-command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She'd never been the same since she left. Huh? Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Honest secret. It all started 2 years ago. Yeah, where you're going, you're not gonna get that for a while. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? I did, because that meant I got to enjoy your music and your face and your poncho. I just really enjoy you. It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. I also enjoy Jake. Finally, someone with taste around here. Well, not just around here. I don't see a lot of people who are fans of Jake in general. So when I do, it's quite a delight for me. I just think he's neat. Wait a minute. Okay, we're waiting. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. You're probably not even gonna be out of jail after today. You did kind of assault a man and injure him. So you're probably gonna get, like, arrested for assault. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. I think my brain is connecting some dots. Are they Dippin' Dots? Adios, Bambina. There he goes. There's I literally hear crickets. I don't think they're in-game. I think there are crickets just outside of my house. Well, I mean, go back to criminal affairs, I guess. At this point, yes. Fair enough. February 24th, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. I put those dots together a year ago. Nice. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. But the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Yeah, even though this ain't exactly my first experience with this game, I know there are people in the chat who are having their first experience with it. So, yeah. Please no spoilers. I mean, if you haven't you know, you don't know anything about this and you want to theorize, by all means. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything. Just please don't spoil it for the sake of others. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Always keep spoilers out of my messages. Good, I do appreciate that. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Damn it, Emma, if you hadn't said anything, he probably would have just let us go without a problem. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. I mean, I guess we're just gonna go anyway. Why not? Are we sure this is the chief's office? Listen. This just adds more credence to my nickname of Gantendorf for him. Orange Gantendorf. That's him. This proves it. My evidence slams an entire full-size organ out in the courtroom. Not like that. Police Department Chief's Office. Whoa. Where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. I wish I had an organ like that. I don't, just because I don't know how to play it and I wouldn't know where to put it. That is probably at least half the size of my apartment. Check out that pipe organ. It's real. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. I never could remember where C was. Well, at least you played a chord that was in tune. Hello, everybody. My name is Gantendorf. Oh, it's you two. I also don't know how to play the organ. I'd like to, though. That's fair. That's very fair. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Righto, have you been swimming lately? Oh my god, I saw some fan art of him earlier today, and he was all dressed up in, like, swim trunks and, like, a Hawaiian shirt and had a floaty and some water wings, and he was like, anybody want to go swimming? And it was actually really cute. No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. Yeah, I'll have to, like, send that to you, Nova. It was very good. Like, it wasn't just art of him, it was, like, other people, like, from this case. It was so good. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full, too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? You mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies! See that big picture on the wall over there? Yeah, bro cannot seem to take a picture with his eyes open. Probably for the better, because, I mean, the way he just stares, a little unsettling. Okay, apart from that, I notice a few things. For one thing, this fucking suit of armor is over here trying to, like, photobomb everything. For two things, that looks like that shitty jar that broke that we fixed up and everything. And for three things, this seems different. Yeah, this is just a shield. But here it also has, like, a sword? What is up with that? Anyway, before I get too carried away, that's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Right, just because we've seen a picture of him does not necessarily mean Phoenix has until, like, right now. Which is very unfortunate because, like I said, he is quite handsome. Jake says that he got the looks and Neil only got the smarts, but I'd say they both are pretty good looking. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. Right now. Yes. Yeah, there's a few things that are not right with this picture, Phoenix, and I already pointed them out. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Gant team picture added to the court record. Photo at the awards ceremony of Gant, Lana, and Neil. It's EP time, y'all have fun. You have a good night, Nova. You get some rest. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Yeah, see, now he's staring at me. I don't like it. He could keep his eyes closed. It's fine. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. I mean, we did kind of just barge into his office, play his organ, and then demand to be let to look around. That's a little rude. Seems that case isn't over with yet after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Well, that means we probably gotta go talk to somebody or find somebody. Maybe we gotta go talk to Gumshoe or something. I mean, if we could find him. I mean, we could always poke our heads back in and see if their meeting in the conference room or whatever's done. And maybe we'll find Gumshoe or something. Worst case scenario, we can just bebop around and find places to go, things to look at. Oh, the thing came up, which means we must be going somewhere correctly. February 24th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. There he is! Hey, buddy! Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe! Aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds less like Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is still out of the loop. Aw, man, they made him take my job. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle's between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. Really quick. Sir, what are you hiding? An innocent man would have nothing to hide. I don't know. Well, he's got... You know what? He's got this big old office to himself now. Maybe that's where he hides his porn. And if we do some luminol testing or like just shine the blacklight going around, maybe we'll find something untoward. That's totally what it is. Yeah, the paper that was that he slipped in his desk, it was totally like a page from his no, you know what? Maybe he's been playing Date Everything, and that was a single page of the 100 terabytes of self-insert fanfic he's written. That's exactly what it is. Leave my poor man alone. He's been through enough, damn it. No! They want him obliterated. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Some people want other things of him. Is that where he daydreams about his boyfriend, the judge? Yes. Yikes. Hey, Gumshoe. Gumshoe, before we talk about anything else, I have something very important to show you. Detective, here is my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Nuff said. Okay, then show me your badge. I showed you mine, show me yours. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. I mean, you had that guest ID card to get into the evidence room. I guess we must have given it back. Anyway, Edgeworth's crisis. Why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. Now with this... the one person who gets to obliterate him is me! Joking, of course. Anyone who simps for him can also obliterate him. And right, too. Listen. If there is any character that is very shippable in this franchise, I think it's Edgeworth. I think he is the most shippable character. Because at the very least, I have seen a broader variety of ships with him in it. Like, obviously, there's Phoenix and Edgeworth, but there's a lot of Edgeworth and Gumshoe, Edgeworth and, like, a bunch of other characters from the Investigations games. A lot. And I can think of, like, 3 ships off the top of my head for Phoenix that include Edgeworth. One of them is canon, and one of them is very toxic yaoi. So, it's ironic because I think in the game he says he's not interested in marriage or anything like that. I'm pretty sure you're right. I think that is a line that's in, like, the 6th game somewhere. Anyway, but now with this. Listen. Wait, actually, hold on. You don't have to be interested in marriage to be interested in other activities. Like playing chess together. Or holding hands. Are there really so many people who hate him? Yes. In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Or... Yes, that's what I said. Playing chess and holding hands. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. Seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. But you know what? Let me... Where is he? There he is. Yeah, Gumshoe's only 30. He's a good dude. Look at him. I'm giving him a head pat. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Okay, so let's talk about SL9. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. And things like that are why they're shipped together. They're a package deal. Do not separate them. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Doc left behind was during his final attack. Final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Yeah, some girl. Me. Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating piece... Jesus Christ. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. You know what? Let's do that first before I forget. Look at this. Look at this knife. About this. Hey, is that... It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. I doubt you'll see him, but if you see Edgeworth, give him a head pat for me. You got it, buddy. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. And was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. We'll go back and talk about the other thing in a sec. This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. He traced it back to the store he bought it at, plus it had his fingerprints on it, too. No one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Neil's autopsy report added to the court record. Stabbed in the back, died from a punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was in the wound. Switchblade knife updated in the court record. Broken tip was found in the victim's body. Belonged to murderer Joe Dark. Okay. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? Well, one day he got really hungry, went to the store, bought every box of cereal, and just ate it all in one go. It was almost disturbing. He kept unhinging his jaw and just eating every box like a Pac-Man eating a pellet. It was very disturbing. No wonder there were victims. They got in the way. And instead of eating the cereal, he ate them instead. One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. I mean, he still looked pretty humanoid to me. But, I only really... Can you really call an onion an animal? I don't think so. An animal? He killed the man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed the lady who saw the second crime. Kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. When he was burying the bodies, a jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. So, he was a serial killer, but he was really fucking shit at it because he kept getting seen. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. Not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. Well, he's dead, so they probably deactivated all his shit. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. Unless we find and, like, mug some other detective. Wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. I don't know, maybe we should go find, like, a picture of Edgeworth having a panic attack. That'll get him to change his tune real quick. Right quick and in a goddamn hurry. Well, let's see. Well, speaking of Edgeworth, maybe we should go to the... Maybe we should go to the prosecutor's office. Maybe we'll find him there. February 24th, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. No one's here today, not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. See, that's what really, like, salts my apples. They keep emphasizing that no one was murdered there at 5:15. But we know that there was, like, a gob shit ton of blood that was, like, cleaned up on the floor that was presumably recent. So, like, did another murder happen in the evidence room sometime that day? Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. Instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. Gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. Well, again, let's go see. Edgeworth, you here? February 24th, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is! He looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? Don't worry. I was told to give you a head pat. Pat, 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 pat. There you go. I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. That's Edgeworth. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Hey, Edgeworth. I have something important. I once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago. What? You wanted to be a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Yet a clear path is laid out before me. I have no time to look back on what might have been. Okay, well, talk to me about forged evidence, buddy. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified? The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, and my responsibility is the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same, no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth? I take pride in my work, so tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. Never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. That kind of looks like the image they used for whatever Gant shoved into his desk. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seemed strange about it. Let's show that to him before I forget. There's so much goddamn evidence here. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding, it's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Okay, that tells me nothing. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Very well. Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. First was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. They're perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. Thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their logical conclusion. Don't know why I threw in the word logical, but that just seems like something Edgeworth would do. Even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gant. King of Prosecutors Trophy updated in the court record. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You're participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out of the ceremony. Not with that attitude, you can't. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Right, that random screwdriver that he showed us. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case they closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to. That's right. Okay, well... that seems to be all for now. Let's see if we can get at this piece of paper down here. I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. You crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground! Hold on, first let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... I'm having trouble reading. I'll read it for you. It says, letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... Tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. No one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something! Letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Maybe that's the kind of thing we gotta show to Gumshoe to get him to, you know, help us go look at the chief's office and be like, Gumshoe. Edgeworth is literally thinking about quitting and just completely changing careers because of this. Can you fucking help? That seems to be what to do, so, we'll see you later, Edgeworth. February 24th, Prosecutor's Office, Underground Parking Lot. Excuse me. Oh yeah, there you are. Would either of you care for a quarter-pound of roast beef? Miss Star. Guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. Yeah, we know, we get it. You saw a thing happen. Ooh, look at you! You are special! No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Star's hatred toward Lana. Well, it dates back to 2 years ago. Hey, Angel. I've done it to everybody else, I'm gonna do it to you. Look at my badge! I don't have anything else to tell you. Miss Star! The only thing I can give you now is a poppy seed rice set. Talk about cheap. Eat this and maybe you'll be able to tell black from white in court tomorrow. Thanks. Thanks, Angel. Alright. Tell us about your POV of the Dark investigation. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Okay. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. He must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? No, because he ate a shitty lunch that I gave him. What the fuck do you think, Phoenix? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? Best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. Yeah, Gantendorf. Okay, what happened after? That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Yeah, Jake said something similar too. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became a chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Okay. Well, tell me more about, Gant and Lana. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that, I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Star. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Being used. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief? That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. Oh. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? He could control the chief prosecutor. He could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last. I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. I assume that's it, but let me look at the evidence again real quick. I wonder if she'll have anything to say about the picture. I don't have anything else to tell you. Miss Star. The only thing I can give you now is a poppy seed rice set. Talk about cheap. Eat this and maybe you'll be able to tell black from white. Give me 1 second, folks. Well, she didn't have anything to say about that. Okay, so I guess there's not really anything else we can talk to her about. At least from what I saw in the evidence. maybe... Yeah, let's go back to the police department and see if we can show Gumshoe the letter of resignation. See if that'll get something to happen. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? I'm not mistaken. I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. Gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you into Chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. I'm really thinking it's gotta be the letter of resignation. Edgeworth's discarded letter of resignation. He's serious. Now, we never actually checked it. Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as public prosecutor. He really wrote a resignation letter. Wow, even when resigning, Mr. Edgeworth is cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault. Someone has to be held responsible. That's how it is in the grown-up world. Yeah, but that responsibility means nothing if he just quits. Well, not everyone sees it that way. To truly take responsibility, you should have to work the rest of your life for no pay. That's one tough grown-up world out there. I feel like she probably said that and I just completely glossed over it. Alright, nothing else. Here you go. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But... Here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me, it's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. Gumshoe's ID tucked swiftly into pocket. Police department ID card. Allows access to areas of the PD open to detectives. Oh, and unlike the Goodman one, you can actually see that it says Dick Gumshoe on it. Yeah. Oh, I like that you can kind of make out the numbers, too. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, nothing to it but to do it, I guess. Going back! February 24th, Police Department Chief's Office. Here it goes, Mr. Wright. We're in! If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Ah! Ah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. You know, that makes me think. wonder how much we can look at this. Oh, look, there he is. Hi, buddy. Detective Gumshoe isn't very photogenic, is he? Whatever you do, just don't say that to his face. Look, his eyes are half shut. And his mouth is half open. Hey, each of his shirt buttons is off a notch. He's got the narrow end of his tie in front. I think this goes beyond being a photogenic issue. Poor Gumshoe. Well, it looks like that was about it. Probably something about, hey, don't lose your ID card. You know, now that I think about it, I don't know if we ever actually looked at Goodman's in the same way. There he is. Hi, buddy. Aha. A name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189. Wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly! They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID YABADAB. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabba-dab? Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point. Doesn't take much to amuse her. Alright, yabba-dabba-doo. Let's yabba-dabba-doo this. After I stop getting sidetracked. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah! Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card! I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Well, should we look around or should we talk to him first? Well, let's look around first, I guess. There's the picture. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. Hey, Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here, then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Oh, so that included all of the shelves, I guess. Oh, a window. Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making detective, I always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. As long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that. This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. Not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. I'm sure it is.
Occasionally we hear him playing it from the criminal affairs department.
That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building.
When a detective screws up, the chief calls him to his office, makes him listen to the organ for hours.
What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul.
After that, the detectives can't hear for anything for days except the ringing in their ears.
So it's an instrument of punishment. Literally. Aren't the chief's ears affected?
He never listens to anyone anyway.
That's beside the point. That's actually funny. Okay, so there's nothing over there. Let's... You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armor from here...
At first, the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window.
I mean, he kinda did. Really? Why didn't he?
They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view.
Oh. Stained glass or not, it's a huge window. Look at this old-timey ass phone. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading.
This looks like a list of evidence.
A list of evidence?
Most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though.
Hey, look at the case name.
Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here.
Hold on, detective. What did you just say?
I said, I wonder what...
No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long?
That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence.
Objection? Edgeworth has a list. He says it should be longer.
I wonder if they're like, oh, two have the same evidence list.
A half-size list of evidence. List of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it! The chief must be hiding something about that case! It would appear so. Evidence list added to the court record. List of evidence in the SL9 incident was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Oh, look at the size of the desk. We found this inside the drawer. A list of evidence from the SL9 incident. Mr. Edgeworth had the other half of that list. What would this list be doing here? Better look a little more into this list. Okay. The photobombing armor. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons.
Sure is, pal. Chief doesn't care for imitations.
First the pipe organ and now this armor. You know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. I don't have any taxes to pay.
Shh, be careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in his armor as we speak.
I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out.
Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be.
Well, I mean, there's a safe. This is a safe, isn't it?
Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue.
Okay, if you say so. Looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. A 7-digit number. I think I just might know what it is. I wonder if we can use, like, the fingerprint. Well, we can look at it.
Do you know what it is?
I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. Want to try my birth date? It's...
I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. You know what I'm thinking? Now, I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But the last number that was on the ID card list that we have, it's all 7. And there's 7 of them. So maybe, if that's him, he could be narcissistic enough to, like, make that his whole... If I'm wrong, we can fingerprint it and try and figure it out, but I don't... Yep. Cha-ching! Bingo. What number did you enter?
Whose birthday was that, pal?
777-7777. The final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. Right, we couldn't look it up because it was an executive officer. The only way you can look something up like that is because if they're, you know, getting charged with something.
You mean 7777777? That ID number?
I think you're 17 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? You know, we haven't actually talked to Gumshoe since we've been here. Let's talk to him. A desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now?
No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of Jesus Christ, of preserving the crime scene.
That's a strange reason to leave it there.
He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time.
I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk?
No one except Chief Gant. And the cleaning lady who's in here each morning.
Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it?
Why do you ask?
You don't think? Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Now then, let's look around a bit more.
Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy.
Huh? What is it?
When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that.
Sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you?
You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you?
What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet.
There you go, ignoring me again.
I didn't mean to ignore you, buddy. Okay, so let's go back to the safe.
Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away?
Look, it's a
Shard from a broken cup.
oh, it looks like the one that we have. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here, too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it?
Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, it was just a thought.
Is that it? Is that all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now.
Piece of cloth with a handprint on it and a shard from a broken cup.
They look like pieces of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here.
Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. Well, let me... How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Yeah, this looks like it would go, like, right here. Okay, so how do we... Maybe we have to present it to him. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of evidence. Here. Detective Gumshoe, did you have another look at this jar?
I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days.
Bro, that was like yesterday. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case?
That's right, one of the shards had an SL9 sticker on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
You mean this one that was in the safe?
Yes, that one that was in the safe.
Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits.
Assemble the fragments. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this.
Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Perfect fit. There, fits like a dream. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But,
hey guys, get a load of this.
what is it?
This piece you just attached. It's different from the others.
There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line. That's blood.
I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe?
Evidence from the SL9 incident. Final fragment found in Chief Gant's safe. Blood traces. Okay, so there was a handprint on the leather thing. Maybe we can use the fingerprinting.
If I'm fired, I won't be able to give you any information. So that's why I have to get it all out of my system now. You understand, don't you?
Don't be so negative, Detective. We do want you to share your information, though.
Oh, who am I fooling? I've never had anything useful to share to begin with.
To stay positive. Okay, that wasn't it, I guess. Do we have to, like, look in the safe again? This is safe. Okay. How do we use the fucking fingerprint thing? I thought we were supposed to just present it, but I guess I'm wrong. Oh. I might have just clicked on the wrong thing. Whoop. Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this.
Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints?
That's a great idea, Detective.
Alright, go to town. Sheesh.
What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that?
Go ahead, take my fingerprints.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Huh?
Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe.
Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor?
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. The middle one looks pretty good. Yes, we gotta freaking cover this thing. Go all the way to the top, go down and around. And we're not Markiplier, we're not pressing B to blow, we're pressing E to blow. There we go. Not Gantz. Not Meekins. Not Marshall. Looks a little like Goodman's, but nah, I don't think it is. Not Gumshoe. Not Lana. Oh. It's Emma's. No. How can this be? Quite easily, I guess. What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Psst. Hey, you. Over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe?
Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now.
Yeah, maybe you should hold on to this.
Piece of cloth folded and added to the court record. Found in Chief Gant's safe. Evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Sky's prints.
Well, was I any help?
Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? There's no way it's anybody else except Gant, you know, coming in to yell at us because we're in his fucking room. In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat?
Ah! Chief Gant!
You didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs! Like stop signs? Good for you, you obey the law sometimes. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective.
Do you mean me, sir?
Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat.
Me, sir?
Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore.
But, sir...
Now get out!
Yes, sir.
We'll be on our way too, then.
Wait, you the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet.
Me, sir?
I'd like a word with you.
But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet.
You with the spiky hair, you're free to go.
Mr. Wright! I mean, I don't imagine Phoenix would have just left, so I'm imagining Gant just, like, picked him up and threw him in the hall or something.
Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneak it in there like that, didn't you?
I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it.
Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. Why has she kept eerily silent about it this time? All this time?
Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal.
Alright, you have fun with that, buddy. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. February 24th, Detention Center Visitors Room. I see, so the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. No use thinking about it, tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Alright, finally. Alright. Why are you keeping quiet? I have to admit, I was a little more than perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. And that's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say. So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? Well, it's obviously gotta be Gant. You looked up to him, and he was, like, your partner, and you, like, worked together for however long, so it's obviously him. Well, Miss Sky? Mr. Wright? You are addressing the chief prosecutor. Yeah, right now I'm addressing the chief criminal. Or rather, I'm addressing the chief criminal. Do not forget your place. You're the one in the fucking jail right now, Lana. Shut up! I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apology. Don't apologize, you ain't sorry for shit! Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? Okay. Tell me about Gant. We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. Only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yeah, and who was fucking first in command, Lana? Jesus Christ! Yes, you, but also one other. Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Oh, we probably gotta show her... I feel like we could show a few things. We don't really have any proof about the cloth or anything, but we fixed up the thing. Like, the entire jar got this list. I wonder if we can actually read it. What? Hello? A picture is drawn on the back of the evidence list in magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. This looks like that image that keeps flashing of when Dart grabbed Neil. Is this the... Jesus Christ. Emma said she drew a picture of it, so I'm thinking this is probably it. Oh boy. Okay, well... Well, he stuffed that in his desk and it doesn't say anything about that, so let's show her the jar. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece, this piece of cloth. Oh, I guess we could have shown that then. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. Murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The SL9 knife. The knife from the SL9 incident, serial killer Joe Dark's knife. Couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. That's the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes. Seems I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then... she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. A star, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? Took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. I miss the cafe. You and me both. Court and investigating is hard. How you doing, Dragon? It's nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Unfortunately, I think we're almost coming up to the end of tonight's investigation and episode. But we'll see. I could be wrong. Listen, Phoenix may be right, but I'm not. I'm just a barista. I've been good. What about you? I've been doing pretty good. Been doing all kinds of new stuff around here lately. We've got this, which I think we're getting near the end of this case. Hopefully. I mean, we've only got one trial day left, so it has to be wrapped up soon. I'm assuming we'll probably get it done next week, depending on how things go. Like, if it gets broken up like the trial days in this case have been, there's gonna be, like, trial former, trial ladder. So there'll probably be, like, 2 streams of trial days, and that'll be it. Which works out fairly well, I think, because I've got a break coming up. Like, in a few weeks, I'm taking a trip, and I'm gonna be out of town. Not even out of town, I'm just not gonna be here for, like, a week and a half or so. Taking my first, like, vacation, and I don't even know how long. So I think it will be good to wrap up this case and this game. It will definitely be done before I go. And I don't think I'm gonna start the second game yet. I probably won't start that until after I get back. So on, like, Mondays and Thursdays, I might just do, like, some other kind of chill hangout stream. Maybe do some Balatro. Continue some of the other games that we've started from What the Heck Wednesday, like Date Everything, which we did. I don't know, maybe play some Peak, play some other games with friends. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But yeah, so that's how things are going here. Have you been up to anything fun and or exciting? If you want to share, by all means. Right. Then I called my sister. Ah, okay, I need a vacation myself, but I'll be there nonetheless. Yeah, cafe hours are usually pretty consistent, usually starting around 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. depending on, you know, how things go with my own other schedule, with my two IRL jobs and various other things. But, yeah. I always post my schedules on both Twitter and Blue Sky. Or if I don't post a schedule, I at least make a post of if I'm going live or not. So if you're on either of those, you are more than welcome to take a peek. That's usually where you'll find some kind of update. Not me accidentally tabbing out and starting to open incorrect apps again. God dang it, get out of here. Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was in my that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. Bad feeling? Truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. The Marshal? Why on earth would you call him? I don't know, if you're gonna go to prison for murder, you might as well get one good booty call in before you go. Lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. Wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. Anything interesting? I'm getting a new VTuber model done, but besides that, the usual. Ooh, new model. That's exciting. That is very exciting. I love that for you. Is it like 2D or 3D or... Feel free to share if you want to. It's a pretty big deal. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he must have disappeared. 2D I could share on Twitter, or... Yeah, if you want to share it on Twitter, you're more than welcome to. Don't mind me, I'm just enjoying the cowboy music. Just a heads up, we are going to be getting our final 90-second ad break for the evening momentarily. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana... You've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. Gotta get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murder. what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued. Final day trial former. Yeah, so that's gonna be that. And that's gonna be this. As always, I would like to thank you all for joining me tonight. Seems like we're finally getting much closer to the truth and the bottom of, you know, everything. Oh, it's a time schedule game? Not exactly. So it's a visual novel, and the game itself sort of has built-in breaks that usually tend to line up with, like, oh, you've done a bunch of investigating, you've found everything, so now we're gonna give you a spot to say, okay, yeah, you've done everything for the day, you're done. It's not so much... It's not like Danganronpa or something where it's like, oh, you have X amount of time and free periods to go and hang out with whoever. No. Like, you can take all the time you want. It's just a matter of whether or not you complete everything related to what you're doing. So, like, if we hadn't gone and talked to certain characters in certain locations and gotten all the information out of them, we wouldn't have been able to move on to the next thing. So, like, realistically, you can just wander all over the place, but the game won't progress until you make progress. And a good rule of thumb with these games is, like, at the end of a trial day or at the end of an investigation day, it will offer you one of those built-in breaks. You are able to, like, save and leave at any point if you want. I just find it's easier, A, for streaming purposes, and B, for my own memory, to just go with the flow of it, because the segments, especially when you sit there and you verbally read them out like I do, they end up taking up a good chunk of time. So, like, we've been at this for 2.5 hours. That's pretty solid regular stream time. And we finished an entire investigation. An entire investigation day. Worked out pretty well. So on Monday, what we're gonna do is we're gonna head into our first trial day. Or rather, the first part of this last trial day. Because it's titled like every other day has been for this game. Trial former, meaning like the first part of the trial, and then there's going to be a trial ladder. You know, the later part of the trial. Yeah. Yeah, this particular case is also a bit of an exception because, Rise from the Ashes, the case that we are currently playing, was a I hesitate to say bonus case, but, like, it was made specifically when Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney was ported to the DS, because it involves, or it features different mechanics that also got introduced and used in the Nintendo DS Ace Attorney games, Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, and Spirit of Justice. But, it's a little jarring when you play through the first, second, and third games. Like, if you just play all the cases in order. If you do that, then you get to this 5th case of the first game, and then you start the second game, and, like, none of those mechanics are back. Like, there's no fingerprinting, there's no, like, luminol blood testing, there's no 3D environment scanning, stuff like that. stuff that utilized like the touch screen and the microphone and things like that they've managed to work into the, you know, PC port, the Steam port and everything like that, and other console releases. Which also reminds me, Capcom is also having a publisher sale on Steam right now. So you can get... I'm going to shamelessly plug this because I really like these games, and if they have been of interest to you, then by all means, you should pick them up, try them out yourself. If you want to look around at more stuff, examine more things. If you want to do stuff that I haven't necessarily done, show pieces of evidence to other characters. Whatever, there's plenty you can do that I haven't done, like here in this. And if that's something you're interested in trying out, or if you wanna... Like I said, if you wanna, like, look into your own... Or if you just wanna play on your own. Let me actually finish the train of thought. Okay, so... The way the games have been modernly re-released. Okay, if followed on Twitter, I'll take a peek at it. Yeah, on Steam right now, like I said, Capcom's having a publisher sale. So, the collection that has the first 6 games, the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy, which is how I'm playing these, and then the Apollo Justice trilogy, the next 3 games, the ones I previously mentioned that originally came out for the DS. The, like, combo pack of both of those is 50% off. So normally, you would be getting all 6 games for like $60. You know, not terribly unreasonable. That's $10 per game. Right now, since it's 50% off, you get all 6 of the mainline Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney games. Well, the Phoenix Wright trilogy and the Apollo Justice trilogy. You get all 6 of them for like $30 USD plus tax. And on top of that, there's also the Great Ace Attorney duology, which takes place like in the distant past and follows an ancestor of Phoenix's. That's like 60% off, if I remember correctly. Here, let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Let me pull up Ace Attorney. Oh, have they not ported the second one to Steam yet? They might not have done. I don't remember. I don't know. Well, anyway, at the very least, the first game of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles duology is on Steam. It's 60% off right now, so it's about $16 USD. When normally it's $40. So, like, bada bing, bada boom. And even the most recent release that came out last year of the Ace Attorney Investigations collection, the Ace Attorney Investigations duology where you play as Miles Edgeworth, which got an official English release for the first time since it originally came out for the DS. That came out last year. That's also on sale. So you get both of those games, also $30. Which again might seem a little steep because, you know, with the other 6 games, you're getting like one game for $5 each. But again, it's the Investigations duology is the most recent release. So it's obviously still going to be pretty expensive. But it's still 25% off. So, like, you can get all of that. 30, 16. If you really wanted to make the investment and Get it all. It's like $80 USD altogether right now. When normally it would be like probably double that. So like if this is something that you have any kind of like vague interest in, like if you just want to even just play the original trilogy, if you don't want to get the bundle that has all of them, the original trilogy is 67% off on its own. Excuse me, got the hiccups. So that's like $10 USD for the first 3 games on their own. And then if you already have that one and you've been thinking about picking up the Apollo Justice trilogy, that's 50% off. That's $25 for those 3 games. I mean, yeah, publisher sales happen, you know, somewhat regularly, but there's one happening now. It's going until the 23rd or 24th, I think it said. Let me check. Yeah, the sale's going until the 24th. So you've got about a week and a half. If this is something that you are remotely interested in, by all means, give it a go. And if it does not, okay, that's fine. No worries. Some people like visual novels better as a, well, visual experience. They like watching it more than they would actually want to play it themselves. That's fine too. You do what you want, man. You do what you want. I'm not the boss of you. You do what you want. You spend your hard-earned money doing whatever you want. I ain't gonna tell you what to do. I'm just trying to make you aware. And eventually, I'll probably play through all of them. I don't know. I kind of don't think I will just keep... I mean, I might just keep playing through all of them. Who knows? I don't. I haven't decided yet. I'm not gonna decide that right now. It's like 2 in the morning where I am. Nothing good happens after 2 a.m. So you know what we do? We find someone to raid. We go hang out with somebody. And I know exactly where we're gonna go. Gonna go raid Aki, aka Orange is Borange. She is working on learning a new speedrun of Super Mario 3D Land. She's practicing for her upcoming Speed Timber event that's coming up, where there's gonna be like all kinds of speed running and charity, all like the funds that are gonna be raised for charity. And it's gonna feature all kinds of speedrunners speedrunning all kinds of different games in the name of charity. Like, it's a good cause. She's probably talking about it. I have it muted right now, so I can't hear. Otherwise, it would just, you know, be coming over, so you all would hear it too. But we're going there. So we can go say hi. She can probably talk about it. Oh, a speedrun? Never seen that? Yeah! I think she's gonna be hosting the event, like, on her channel. Like, admittedly, it's not my event. I don't know much about it. All I know is Aki is good people. She's a good doggy. And she's a person I want to support in however I can. And if it's just me raiding and bringing you guys over there just to say hi, that's fine. Until next time, eat some food, drink some water, get some rest, take your meds, and we'll see ya.